So, this is kind of a new segment thing where I guess I'll just speak my thoughts. It's completely raw, uncut, and probably a few minutes long. So it's like a daily thing, kind of. But seeing that it's the first time I'm doing something like this, I thought about first impressions. And I guess leaving from high school and going into college really made me think of the importance of first impressions. And I guess like the statement, I guess I understand the statement more where it's like don't judge a book by its cover, because I guess in high school, whether we liked it or not, me and the other 100 kids in my grade, I rate really small high school, private high school, me and the other 100 kids in my grade, we were forced to spend like every waking moment with each other. And whether we liked it or not, we got a much better impression of everyone that was in my grade. Like even the people I didn't talk to that much, I saw them every day. And so even if I didn't care about them, I got a much better impression of them than the average person would have. But then going to college, I assumed it was the same thing, right? Because you saw, or I thought I would see people every day. Um, but the truth is, you really don't. And you could see someone once and then never see them ever again if you don't get their Instagram. And now, like, you see someone one time, or maybe you see someone another time too. But like that first time, they could be all quiet and not say anything, and you're like, oh, like this person has no personality, or you say something like that, or like, yeah, like they're not that interesting. But then in another moment, they could completely do a 180 and freaking blow your mind and be like, whoa, like I don't know, they're really interested in XYZ, or they're really talkative, or they like actually have a personality and they're not an NPC. And you're like, oh shoot, like my mind is exploding because what I thought of them initially really wasn't the case. And so, I mean, yeah, everyone says this. Like, don't like judge people by your first impression of them. And like, don't judge a book by its cover. But I feel like it's the one time I really understood what that meant. Because yeah, like it's the difference between hearing and listening. Like, you don't really conceptualize it until you conceptualize something. Does that even make sense? But yeah, in general, like, I mean, I'm not the most, I guess, outgoing and outwardly, like, expressing person. And so, like, and I understand, like, people low key would be in their shell most of the time. Like, I think a lot of people are not totally transparent with who they are around everybody. And that's totally fine. But it makes me think, oh, I wouldn't want to judge people because I wouldn't want people to judge me like that, you know? I just realized that it takes a lot of time for people to be comfortable to express who they truly are. And people also have trust issues. That's also a whole big other thing that we won't get into. Um, Dude, I probably even have trust issues too. No, I definitely have trust issues. But um, yeah, like literally just don't judge people, bro. It's a lot harder said than done, or it's a lot easier said than done. But like, it's not that deep. Just like, don't have an expectation of what people are or what people should be. Like, I get it. It makes people more certain about their life and feel like they have more control. But I hated that in high school because I felt like a lot of the friends, quote unquote, that I had in high school, they always expected me to be a certain way. And then when I wasn't, like they would get mad, or like their whole freaking brain would explode because they'd be like, "Oh, I didn't know Ethan was interested in this." Or I didn't know this person did this. Like, why does it matter, you know? Like, honestly, when people observe traits about others or certain patterns or stuff, it's not really about what they actually do. They could be completely different way. Like, it's like us assuming that the sun will rise. Like, yes, it is more convenient to assume that the sun will rise because it helps us make other assumptions about other things. But like, will the sun actually rise every day? Like, we don't know. And we can't prove that for sure. And so it's kind of like other people. Like, we say, oh, like, I don't know. my friend is very he has a hot temper. But like, yeah, I mean, in certain times, I guess he's definitely had a hot temper. But does that mean that he'll always be like that? I don't know. He could be like that for some reason. And in just in cases where you're there. So I feel like we just shouldn't be so quick to judge with how people act and how people what their personality is. Because the truth is, especially when you're younger, like your personality is not set in stone. And I think a lot of parents are like, yeah, like, or you're going to be like the breadwinner for our family, or you're going to be like a doctor because you're really analytical or something, you know? Like, yeah, that will always be parents. But I'm just saying that as an example. Like, we shouldn't just judge or like impose our own opinions of others on them. Like, let's just think about our actions for 3 seconds. Then I guess we can live as a better society, right? I don't know. That's just my thoughts, though. Don't take this too seriously. I'm literally just talking.